Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Chat with Kate on the balcony. Today, we're not on the balcony. Today, I'm here with a special guest, a man inspired by God, a rare gem you don't get to see every day. I'm here with Professor Jason Oneke, the Vice Chancellor of the Umahi Federal University of Health Sciences, my university, of course. Professor, it's really an honor to have you here.
Thank you so much, Karen. It's a pleasure to have you, to do this interview with you.
You've had such an incredible journey as an academia and also as a leader. And I'm really excited to have to talk about not just the university, but also about you. So I want you to take us back to the beginning. What was young professor like when he was growing up?
Oh, well, thank you so much for that very important question. I had a very humble beginning, a family of nine. We were just two males and then seven females.
Wow.
We had a very, very wonderful time growing up in such a very modest home. My father was a journalist, and my mother initially trained as a tailor, but later on, she now had to go into catering business. Um, we didn't have so much like what so many young people would have expected for somebody who has reached this level. So it was quite a very humble beginning. But our parents had a very, very strong influence on our upbringing. My father and mother were very committed Christians, and they were very, very particular about bringing us up with the values, social values that are acceptable, and these are the things that molded us as we were growing up. So the contributions of my parents uh, played very, very vital role in our upbringing. They taught us how to work hard, how to be honest, how to be dedicated and committed to whatever we are doing, how to be contented. We didn't have much, but we learned to be contented with what we had. And they taught us not to take anything that is not ours from school. So you don't bring back home anything that our father or mother didn't buy for you. So I can say that the work our parents did bringing us up was very, very instrumental to us having a very solid foundation to build up to where I am today.
And we're so proud of you, Professor. What experience prepared you the most for the role of Vice Chancellor?
Oh, well, a number of things, a number of experiences. One, um, I had mentors. Let me start from there. I had people that I followed because I discovered that they were very exceptional personalities, people who had values for integrity, for competence, for reliability, people who never joked with their characters. So I had some of these people around me, and then I followed them. And then I also had some very brilliant academics that taught me in the University of Jos. I had some professors that were like role models to me and which I followed. And then I had also outstanding men of God that followed their teachings. And those are the things that molded me into what I am today. And then I developed a lot of interest in research, and academic endeavors. And I took time to undergo a lot of capacity building to build my skill for scientific research, for grantsmanship, and then to be able to um, gain some experience in the management of tertiary institutions like the university. So those were the things that contributed to bringing me to where I am today.
Or how were you able to juggle both your studies and trying to learn other things outside your studies?
Oh, yes, that is very important. You know, we always teach students that do well in your university programs, do well in your courses, but then make out time to learn other things.
Mm,
Because as a young person, I discovered that I had capacity for so many things. And then I also developed a lot of interest for so many things beyond the program I was doing in the university.
mm.
It will interest you that during the holiday, I had time to learn a lot of things. I learned tailoring. That is amazing. But I learned tailoring. I learned how to do carpentry work. I learned
Wow.
how to do some electrical work. And then I also learned how to play instruments, musical instruments. And then I learned interior decoration. So these are some of the
Wow.
things I learned in addition to my studies. And so during the holidays, I had opportunity to get involved in some of these things and was able to raise small money here and there that also helped to support my studies. And then, but apart from that, you know, it was exciting that I had opportunity to exercise additional skill, additional talent, additional capacity that I had inside of me. So,
Mm.
you know, doing those things also helped me, you know, to develop them exceptionally. I had to learn public speaking because, you know, I love to talk to people, and I knew that as somebody who was aspiring to be a
Leader.
lecturer, you need to know how to speak to people.
Very true.
And then I had to take out time to learn the art of public speaking and all that. So those were also some of the things that I was busy with while in school. I'm not talking about outside the school, but while in school, I was able to develop myself in any area that I noticed that I had interest in and that I could do very easily. I didn't restrict myself. I tried to learn as much as I could because I knew that one day those things I'll be needing them.
Yes, very true.
Mm.
But these things you actually learned, were your parents in support? Like now you learned a lot of trade. Was it everything that your parents paid for, or you paid for? You paid some by yourself.
Yeah, while I was in school, in the university, if I right from my secondary school, some of those things were not the initiatives of my parents.
Mm,
I decided to go ahead to learn those things. And I had some people that were willing to train me.
mm,
What I did was that I provided some kind of support to what they were doing.
mm.
And that was like a payment to me. They were not paying me money, but I was supporting them in what they were doing, and I was learning. My mother had a sewing machine in the house, and I shocked her one day when I sat on it, and then I started sewing clothes, my own clothes. And then she brought her own wrappers that I should also help her to do it. And then my younger sisters and my elder sisters, they became, you know, jealous because my mom would say, look at your brother, he's already learning, he's already doing this thing on the machine, and you girls cannot do this. And that pushed my sister to also go to learn fashion design
Okay.
during the holiday period while she was on campus. So some of these things were actually what I learned myself, not my parents paying for me to learn it, because the opportunities were there, and then I participated in learning those things, you know. And then when those people who were doing those things, who were members, who were living in the same compound with us, when they now get contracts and they are going to do something like interior decoration, I
Mm.
will follow them and help them in laying carpets, fixing curtains and all that. And at the end of the day, I come back with some change in my pocket.
Wisdom at its
Yes,
peak.
yes, exactly.
What do students misunderstand about you the most?
Well, in this university, we have tried to build um, a culture that you don't find in most public universities.
Mm,
The culture of discipline,
mm,
the culture of hard work, the culture of dedication, the culture of integrity, the culture of reliability, and then for people to face their studies with a lot of focus. And in our university, that's what we have tried to do. And here in our university, we don't tolerate any form of antisocial behavior or violation of the university's regulations. We used to say as our slogan that the rules and regulations of DUFUHS
I'll forgive.
are not are unforgiving
Forgive.
when they are violated.
Yes.
So some students, because it is strange to them, they are coming from places where they are allowed to do anything they want to do. They are coming from homes where their parents don't even take out time to institute discipline and order in their homes. And they feel they could do just anything. But they came here and discovered that this place is a different place. You don't do anything that will violate the university regulation. And then some of them, they begin to feel that maybe the vice chancellor and the management of the university, they are so hard. They can't allow you to stay and do whatever you want to do. Nobody steals in this university and is allowed to stay. Nobody fights in this university and is allowed to stay. Nobody, does any antisocial behavior and will not be sanctioned with it. For it. Nobody, stays outside of the hostel beyond the time that you're supposed to be there and without any acceptable reason. So these are some of the things that young people don't like. And so they feel that this is too hard. They should just be allowed, because they are in the university, to do just whatever they like. These are some of the things that some students misunderstand about me as a person and about the university management. But we see that it is paying off. We see that we're now raising very, very serious-minded students who are focused, who know why they are in the university, and people who are beginning to discover themselves. When you are not distracted, when you are focusing on what you are in the university for, the best in you will come out. And we are trying to let them understand that. And I'm happy that a lot of people, a lot of students have started getting this into them, and the best in them is coming out. Like you, Karen, the best in you is now coming out. And you are now able to even anchor a program and get to speak to your vice chancellor like a celebrity, like somebody who is an outstanding broadcaster. That's exciting. And these are the kind of things we want to see coming out of our students. So, it's important that people like you get the students to understand that the university's regulations, the rules, and all the standards that we have set, it is to bring out the best out of them. It is not in any way making them to be less than what they should be. So that is what I can say is the major thing that some anyway, misunderstand about us.
I always tell students sometimes when they're like, the vice chancellor is so hard on us. And I'm like, no, he's your father. He wants the best. Whatever he does is for the best and for the good interest of everybody in the school. So they should try to understand. So thank you very much. I will not take it for granted.
Thank you.
What kind of students give you the hope for the future?
Oh, very well. Students like you. Yes, because what we want to see, we want to see the students at their best while they are still on campus. That is a guarantee that there is a future, that our country's future is going to be under safe hands, or going to be in safe hands. And so the kind of students we see, students who are bold, students who behave more maturely than their age mates. Students who can stand and say, this is what I want to be, and I am very, very committed to pursuing it. Students with conviction. Students that you cannot just push them around. Students that know where they are going and know what it takes to get there. Those are the kind of students we see, and we are excited. We relax and know that there is hope for us in this country, because we have this kind of students who have distinguished themselves even before the time that they are supposed to be in charge of things. They've started exhibiting leadership at its best. They've started exhibiting, capacity as world changers, as people who are just waiting to fix things around them. When we see such students, we are excited. And we see a lot of them in this university, because we have set in place mechanisms, structures, and organized processes that will bring out the best out of these children and of these students. And we are seeing it happen. So with this, I can say there is really hope for this country, because of the kind of students that we are raising in this university. So there is hope for Nigeria, and we are very, very confident about that.
Some students struggle to keep up academically. And how does the school help students who fall behind?
Oh, very good. Now, you see, we have moments where we counsel the students. All right. We have, as part of the Directorate of Student Affairs, a counseling arrangement where students can approach the dean and then tell the dean of the Student Affairs about his or her challenges, and then they are counseled. That is number one. Then in the department, we also have members of staff who are assigned to guide students in their various departments. And we have instructed our deans and our HODs and even directors to be very, very receptive to the students. As a matter of fact, we are in this university because of the students. If the students are not here, then there is no university. So the students are our priorities. And that's why we take out time to see that the students are guided, that they are, they can access guidance, they can access advice, they can access anybody that they feel this person has something to tell them that will help them.
Yes.
As you people know, on Sunday afternoon, I receive anybody who wants to see me. That's why I come to the school on Sunday, so that in the afternoon, students can come, feel informed, and will be given opportunity to see me. Because in the other days, because of exigencies of duty, I don't see students. But on Sundays, in the afternoon, any student can walk into the Vice Chancellor's office and say, I want to see the Vice Chancellor. As a matter of fact, I am their father here. And because of that, I have a duty to also attend to their needs. And I've also instructed my other staff, my lecturers, to prioritize the needs of these students. Their parents are not here, and then we are their parents while they are on campus. And so we open up opportunity to be able to guide them, to be able to counsel them whenever they have any need. And besides face-to-face, sometimes the students can send their concerns. They send it by WhatsApp message. When I get it, I respond to them. Students send me their concerns through email. I respond to them. And then even all our staff, especially the Dean of the Student Affairs, have number is available. Any student of the university can reach her. And if it is something that will also require my attention, I don't waste time in doing that, because the students' concern, the students' concerns are our priorities as far as this university is concerned.
Sometimes anytime I wake up in the morning, I'm like, God, I thank you that I'm in this school. And I'm like, this is God's plan for me, because you don't get to see this kind of leaders in every federal universities. Like, I know some of my friends that are in other federal universities that have not even seen the vice chancellor throughout that year. My vice chancellor is my chaplain. He's my daddy. He's my everything. So you don't get to see that every time. Clock it. When the work of the vice chancellor becomes overwhelming, how do you reset?
Yes, actually, the work of a vice chancellor of a federal university and any other university for that matter is enormous. But it's important to prioritize things. It's important to make adequate plan to accommodate all the schedules. And then apart from that, I have very, very reliable officers of the university. I have very good deputy vice chancellors. I have excellent deans. I have very, very well capacitated directors. And because of that, I'm able to distribute responsibilities, and then I will know that I don't need to trouble myself so much, because I have capable hands that are able to, carry responsibilities that may actually be on me, but I'm able to share the responsibilities to them. And so they are able to handle it because I delegate duties to them. Now, we were able to achieve this because we took out time to prepare all the leaders of this university, all the officers of this university, to align themselves with the philosophy of the university, to align themselves with the mandate, the vision, and the direction the university is going. And then also to align themselves with our priority in this university, talking about the students. And because of that, I don't carry much more than I am supposed to, because everyone that is in this university who is an officer of the university is doing his or her responsibility. And so because of that, despite the fact that I'm working really hard, I still find time to take some rest, to take some vacation, and then recuperate, and then continue with the work. So that's how it's been.
What do you do during your leisure time?
During my leisure time, well, I love to watch football. Uh, um, Chelsea is my team, even though they are not playing so fantastically well now. But I am a Chelsea fan, so I like to watch football. I watch the Champions League a lot, and then I also have time to watch epic movies. I love epic movies a lot, and then I watch Nigel Wild. I like to watch documentaries on animals, especially the lions. So those are some of the things I do in my leisure time, and then I also find time to spend with my children and discuss with them, talk about their school, talk about their how they are faring in their work and all that. So those are some of the things that I do during my leisure time.
When your role as a vice chancellor is over and people look back at your leadership, what do you hope they will say about the impact you made?
Wow, that's a very interesting question, and thank you for that. Um, when I'm done with my tenure as the vice chancellor, I will always like people to remember me as somebody who um, who laid the foundation for solid future for the students. Um, all we are looking forward to is to have a better society, a better country, a country we can be proud of. And we have done the best we can here, and we are still continuing in preparing our students to be the repairers of what we cannot be able to handle. So we look forward to the children, the students we're raising here, to be able to fix some things we cannot fix at the moment. And that's one of the things I want to be remembered for, that I helped to prepare students who realized that there is greatness trapped inside of them. Students who realized while they are on campus that they can be patriotic, that they don't need to run away from their country, that they can stay here and fix things and make their country, Nigeria, to be such that people will be coming from other countries and want to come and stay here. So that's what I want to be remembered for. That we were able to build a generation of students who are outstanding, who are exceptional, who want to make a change in the country. That's what I want to be remembered for. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor, for this
Thank you. Thank you.
impactful and interesting session. And I hope to see you again in my channel around that time. And let me remind you all that this is a place where extraordinary leaders are produced. You come and you take stages to become who you want to be. So if you have a child, a daughter, a son, anybody that wants to, that is a jam bite and wants to enter into the university, this is the best place. It's conducive, good leaders take that time to make sure they mold us to become what we want to be and to lead us our high places in future. Thank you so much. Bye.